and then the yuzu hot sauce. Kind of reminds me of... Hi everyone, so I am talking to you on my new tripod. I'm still trying to figure it out, so we'll see how that goes. Cicero, yet again, wants to cause chaos and attack my mic. We have a few things that we needed to do today. Number one, obviously doing work, but today is Charles's birthday, and I need to go and make him a cake. Unfortunately, he is going to be working late at his job today. At his job, he's an elementary school counselor, and they actually have parent-teacher conferences today. So he is going to be working for 12 hours. So after I get off work, I'm going to be making his birthday cake. I have all the stuff for it that you would have seen during my last vlog when I went out to do grocery shopping and all that stuff. I need to go and make his birthday cake for him. And then I got him a couple of small items also for his birthday as well. So he's going to get to see that. But his actual birthday present was the Vienna Lights Orchestra that we got to see on Sunday. That is kind of what's on the list to do today. I also need to finish up my video for Coraline and edit it. So gotta do that. I haven't yet finished the movie, so I need to make sure that I finish watching that so then I can do the comparison between the book and the movie to see what stuff is similar, what's different, and then give my final rating on the two. Or not on the two, but give my final rating on the book and talk about that. But yeah, I'm very excited to go and share that video with everyone. I feel like it's just gonna be really awesome. I love Coraline so much. So that's kind of on the agenda today, and I will talk to you again in a little bit, probably when I'm making the cake and doing all that fun stuff. Well, we will see how well this goes. So basically, I'm going to be making Charles his birthday cake. He really likes vanilla cake with vanilla frosting, so that is why I have these items here. And we kind of have a running joke where I make him serial killer birthday cakes. So I'll insert some images around me. Bless you, Nugs. I'll insert some images around me of the serial killer birthday cakes that I've made. And since he is turning 33, I want to do something fun. And so I was kind of looking on Pinterest, and I have a couple of different ideas. So this one, if you can see it, says talk 30 to me. So I was like, oh, I could do like talk 33 to me. And then this one says happy birthday, and there's 33 on this cliff and 32 falling off. I thought both of those would be really funny. I am not good when it comes to decorating cakes. I can make delicious cakes. I can make delicious baked goods. But when it comes to decorating them, I really can't. And I probably could do better if I tried, but because it's become a tradition since Charles and I have been together, it's gonna be a serial killer birthday cake. So, the decorations we have, I have these lovely candy letters that will make it extra serial killer-y. And then I have some writing icing as well. So that is what we're working with. And I can't find our round tin, so we are gonna be using this lovely squared one. And truthfully, I do love baking. I love baking so much. I just do not like baking in this house, in this kitchen. So this kitchen, I usually spend as little time around if I can help it. And yeah, I can't wait to start baking and actually cooking and having the desire to do things once we move into our new house. So with that being said, I'm gonna start getting everything together, move a few things out of my way. These are some of the things that I got for Charles that you will have seen in my other haul. So it has the black licorice twists and then the yuzu hot sauce. Very interesting combination. Obviously, you're not gonna have them together, but I wanted to get a few other things for Charles's birthday. Nuggie is wilding. Hi, Nugs. Nuggie, are you wilding? She finally went to the bathroom, so that explains the zoomies. But yeah, I'm going to start baking. Alright, so just going to check in. I just recently took the cake out of the oven, so now it has to cool. I was kind of doing it in spurts of time, so I did like 10 and then 12 minutes and then 4 minutes and then 4 minutes again. It's always tricky to kind of know, especially in like different altitudes, how long you need to have something baking. So I like to sometimes do it in shorter intervals and then periodically check on it and then add some more time here and there. It just is a lot more comforting for myself, especially to make sure that it doesn't burn. But anyway, let us go and talk about The Carrow Haunt by Darcy Coates. So I did start reading this in my last reading vlog that was kind of a fail. And so I've been mostly trying to read it this time around in this one, and I've made a little bit more of a dent, especially given how long I struggled to get through some of the other books that I had. I think the last time I checked in was kind of telling you about how Remy, she's this tour guide and she does these tours at the Carrow house, which kind of reminds me of, if you've seen American Horror Story Hotel, I can't remember exactly what the guy's name was, but he built a hotel and like he was murdering and offing off a lot of his hotel guests and then like hiding them behind the walls and like building over them and stuff like that. The Carrow house reminds me of just a little bit. Like he's really wilding right now. And so now, basically after she finished that tour, she was approached by one of the people that were on the tour with her. And they were like, hey, I will offer you this amount of money if you are the tour guide that will stay with me for 2 weeks at this house. And Remy at first was like, wait, what? I don't want to stay with you. Like, this is weird. This is sketchy. Is he coming on to me? And then he kind of reveals, he's like, no. There's going to be other people there. I just want you to also be a part of this because you seem so knowledgeable of this house, and I can't trust that anyone else I invite will have the same amount of knowledge as you. So basically Remy's like, okay, but I won't accept any money and you need to talk to the owners of the house. So basically everything was agreed on, and now they're kind of getting settled into the house. This is their first night there, and basically the owner of the house, who happens to be a teenager because her family is very rich, she's there, as well as like her nanny or guardian in a type of, nanny or guardian. And then of course Remy's there, and then there's another person that was there on the original tour they were on that's there again, and then there's a few other people. So a medium, the medium's assistant, and then also a ghost hunter. So it seems very interesting. They kind of talked about some of the rooms that were a little bit more on the haunted side at this house, and now they've kind of all figured out like what rooms they're gonna stay in. And Remy kind of heard something weird, and she goes outside and she sees the medium kind of sleepwalking, and that's where I left off. So yeah, I'm definitely curious to see how it goes. I'm on chapter 12, page 82. And you know, Darcy Coates never disappoints. I feel like her books are just such easy reads and just get me excited to get back into reading. So personally for myself, like reading slump wise, I feel like Darcy Coates is definitely my go-to to get me out of those slumps. But I'll check in with you again in a little bit. have been doing a truly horrendous job going and doing check-ins on this book, or even just reading in general. Like I might have mentioned earlier, I've been having the worst possible reading slump for this month, and it has been so frustrating. I've finished one book total this month. I have DNF'd one book, and then I'm almost done with this book, and we're on the 20th of October. So it's so bad. But good news is I'm almost done with The Carrow Haunt by Darcy Coates. I said it earlier that Darcy Coates is just one of my go-to authors. Her books just never fail me. They are such easy reads and just so interesting. They always have a plot line that just gets me invested right away from the get-go, and I just need to know what's happening. So right now I'm on page 298, and at this point in the book it has gone to the point where everyone is staying at this house for 2 weeks to just try to see like what paranormal activity is going on. But I think they're only a couple days in, and so far things are going horribly wrong and people are getting off. They're not quite sure who the cause of it is. Is it the ghost Edgar, or is it one of the other ghosts, or is it someone in their group that is doing all these horrendous acts? So it has been quite the ride. It has been very good to read, but I need to finish this book. So I'm gonna work on finishing this up, and then I do have another book that I need to finish by the 22nd because it goes live, and I got the book from NerdFam. So we're gonna finish reading this, and I will tell you my thoughts, and then we'll go on to reading the next book, and then hopefully that will be the end of this vlog. I need to wrap it up so I can go and edit it, and hopefully at some point I'll get better at reading books and doing reading vlogs, because this month has just not been it. I just finished The Carrow Haunt, and it was so good. Like, there were a few moments it was a little bit slower, but then towards the end, holy crap. There were a lot of little surprises because I was trying to figure things out as I went along, and I was completely wrong with this one. I don't know if it's just because of the reading slump and how slowly I've been kind of reading it compared to how I normally read books, but I just did not catch some of the stuff. But oh, it was so good. I think I'm probably gonna rate this around 4 stars. So another hit by Darcy Coates. So happy with this read, and I think at this point it's a no-duh. I'm just gonna be going through the rest of Darcy Coates' books. Like, it's gonna happen. I need to read all of her books that she has so far, and then anything else she writes. It's, yeah, instant buy. So yeah, finish this. I need to finish doing some laundry, also need to paint my nails, but I'm going to start reading my next book called A Devil in Every Dark Corner by Amanda Braun Bow. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But this book I went and got from the NerdFam, and I have occasionally get emails where I can go and request books, and sometimes I'm approved and sometimes I'm not, and this one thankfully I was. So this one has been compared to The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina meets Gilmore Girls, in this banter-filled tale of 2 witch sisters trying to stop an entity behind a series of otherworldly murders. I'm really excited to go and read this one. I think right now what I really need is like horror, thriller, just stuff like that just really feeds the anti-reading slump, which I'd very much like to get out of. And this book should be out on the 22nd of this month, so I'm very excited to start reading that. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get it downloaded onto my Kindle and start reading it, and maybe try to paint my nails at the same time. We shall see, but I'll keep you updated. So since this book will actually be coming out after my video is published, I realized that I should probably not talk about it and add it to this reading vlog. So probably will be added into the next part of my Vlogtober weekly videos. But with that being said, I figured I should probably give you a little bit of some information about the book, since this will get published before the book comes out, and that way if it does sound like something you're interested in, you can keep an eye out for it. Apparently the main character, Imogen Abernathy, is fed up with being a witch, and she's definitely had enough of her family's demon and monster hunting business, otherworldly investigations. But when her younger sister Carmen has an otherworldly mishap, Imogen has no choice but to return home to face her past and her deep mistrust of witchcraft. So this definitely sounds really fun. Apparently there's really fun banter in it. I also have looked into the book after I opened it up, and it does have a list of content warnings and trigger warnings, which I always appreciate having at the beginning of the book, just so I can get a little bit more mentally prepared what I'm about to read. And so yeah, if this sounds something that you're interested in reading, I do already have it linked up on my Goodreads as well, so you can go and take a look at the book. But yeah, I will give you some more info probably during the next part of my Vlogtober, how this reading experience has gone. So instead of talking about the book and doing a reading vlog there, I'm gonna actually do a little bit of book mail so that you can see one of my recent orders that I got. One of them, of course, is gonna be a book. So I finally got my version of the Solstice Court by Jade Juniper. I have been waiting forever to get my copy of the book from Amazon, because apparently I had put in an order for a hardcover and it had gone out of stock. So I was like, okay, I'd really like to get it soon, preferably before we move into our new house and everything. So I just ended up canceling my order, putting a new order in for it through Amazon, just so I could confirm that it would come through, and I did paperback instead. So it is a chonky boy, but I am just so excited to actually have a physical copy of this book in my hands. I love the cover so much. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm not usually someone that likes pinks and purples and stuff like that, but on this cover, just absolutely stunning. So when we move to the new house, I will definitely have to find a place to go and display this book, because I'm not quite sure where I will put it right now currently with some of the other books I have, since they mostly are horror and thrillers. But yeah, I finally got my copy. I got some stuff from LitJoy, and a few of the things were items that I just got upgraded on my status. And so one of them was you got to get a pin. And so I got this really cool little pin. I should probably take it out of the plastic. But I got this really cute pin, or not pin, keychain. And it says, "Books are uniquely portable magic." So I really love this. I feel like I need to put it on my car keys. I currently have a dragon that Charles gave to me not long into us dating, and unfortunately it has kind of lost a few limbs just from, you know, putting into bags and pockets and stuff like that. But I mean, the dragon's limb difference matches my limb difference, so it kind of works out. But yeah, I'll probably add this as well. I got this tote bag. So because I had upgraded my status on LitJoy, just through my purchases and everything, I haven't gotten a lot of the books that I've purchased through there, just because it is kind of like a pre-order, so it will be some time before I get them. But it said late fall, so fingers crossed. I'll just have to update my address to the new house. But I got a coupon and I decided to use it to get this tote bag. So it says, "I'm the reader, it's me." And it's just so cute. So I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a Swiftie, because like I do love Taylor Swift. I've gone to her Eras tour. I got to see her when I believe she was doing her Fearless tour way back when she actually went to South Dakota. And so like I do have a lot of songs I really like of hers. I'm just not, I guess, a hardcore follower. But I thought this was so cute, and I love Halloween, I love horror, and I just thought the little ghost was so cute with its little book. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get one of these so that when I do go book shopping in bookstores, because I'd really like to check out more of the used bookstores around me, I could bring this bag. Got a little postcard. Seems like it's Hercules, like mythology themed. So I think that's really cute. Could probably put it in a frame and put it somewhere. And then I was really surprised to see that I got a special gift added to my order. And so apparently I got a puzzle. And I haven't opened this up yet, but honestly, this bag is so velvety and soft. I feel like it would be a really good dice bag. Usually we play D&D at our house. We usually host it, so I wouldn't have to travel too far with my dice bag, but this is definitely an option. But yeah, I think I'll pull out maybe a few puzzle pieces and try to guess what it might be. So with some of these pieces that I'm seeing here, I'm wondering if this is what the puzzle actually is. So we have like this yellowish piece, which I feel like could be part of the chariot and Apollo down here. And then I have this piece, which could possibly be like down in the Hades portion, and maybe like, yeah, feel like it's a part of the sword that's down here. So yeah, that might be the puzzle, which is really exciting. So what I'll probably save this for is like when we move into the new house. I actually love doing puzzles, and I haven't done them for a hot minute because a lot of our stuff is in the basement of this house, and I don't like our basement. I don't like this house. I don't like the basement. There's a lot of things that I could go on about this place. So I haven't done puzzles in a hot minute. So this might be one of the first puzzles we do in the new house, and I'm very excited for it. But yeah, so that's a little bit of book mail. I'm sorry that yet again I kind of failed at doing a reading vlog. I'm just gonna blame it on number one, the reading slump, and number two, we're moving. We're getting ready to move, so my brain is just kind of all over the place and very preoccupied, and I just can't escape into books as much as I'd really like to, given the reading slump. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at currently, but I hope you still enjoyed this video regardless. I think we're gonna have, I think just maybe 2 more Vlogtober videos, considering I'm doing them one for each week. So I hope you've enjoyed this series so far, and I hope that you're excited for the next edition. And yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.